All right, let's dive in. You've handed us a fascinating collection of documents here.
Hmm.
Everything from website snippets and Q&A sections to, well, personal notes and detailed service descriptions.
Yeah, quite a mix.
And it all revolves around this service provider called Dental Support Turkey.
Dental support turkey, got it.
So our job, just using this material you've shared, is to kind of peel back the layers.
Okay.
Understand exactly what Dental Support Turkey is, where you'd find them, the full scope of what they offer, really.
And their approach, too, right? The sources seem to touch on how they do things.
Exactly. Get a feel for their specific approach to both, making teeth healthy and making them look great, all based only on these sources.
And I think what's particularly valuable about this stack is how it gives us different angles.
Yeah.
Like, we're not just getting one polished marketing pitch. We're seeing how they describe themselves in FAQs, in service lists, even through details about their team members.
Right. It's fragmented, but maybe more revealing because of it.
Exactly. Pulling those threads together is how we build a richer, sort of more complete picture than any single piece could give us on its own.
Absolutely. It's like assembling a puzzle with these various pieces. So let's start with the most fundamental bits based on these sources. Who is Dental Support Turkey? And crucially, where are they located?
Well, the sources identify Dental Support Turkey primarily as a provider of dental services. That seems clear.
Okay, a dental service provider.
And the location is consistently highlighted. They are firmly rooted in Antalya.
Intalio, okay.
One document even goes so far as to call it a world-famous place in Antalya.
World famous place. That certainly paints a picture, doesn't it?
It does.
And do the sources get more specific than just Antalya, like whereabouts in Antalya?
Yes, they actually really emphasize their presence in the heart of the city. They state they are in the heart of Antalya and Lara.
Ah, okay. Antalya, Lara.
Yeah, so that pinpoints their location pretty precisely within that, well-known region.
Okay, so we know they're a dental provider right there in the central and Lara areas of Antalya. Now, the sources mention a really broad scope of what they tackle. What are the big buckets of services we see outlined across these documents?
Well, the material indicates a commitment to offering a full range of general and cosmetic dentistry services. That phrase comes up.
Full range. Okay.
And there's also another phrase that stands out, talking about providing lifetime dentistry services.
Lifetime dentistry services. Interesting. What's the goal there, according to the sources?
The ultimate goal, they say, is making you feel good.
Feel good. So connecting dental health to overall well-being.
Seems like it, yeah. Lifetime dentistry suggests a focus beyond just immediate fixes, aiming for, enduring well-being and confidence through your dental health.
Makes sense. Let's dig into those two main categories then, general and cosmetic. Starting with the general side, the foundational stuff, what specific services are detailed in the sources?
Okay, so under the umbrella of general dentistry, the sources list several core procedures. Root canal treatment is one.
Okay, root canals, endodontics, right?
Exactly, endodontics. It's mentioned as a solution for pain stemming from deep infections.
Standard enough. Anything notable about how they offer it?
Well, yes. What's notable in the sources is that this specific service is often provided via contracted institutions
Oh, interesting.
and with experienced dentists at those institutions.
So they seem to be operating a model where they're the central point of contact, maybe the planner,
Right.
but may leverage a network for certain specialized treatments like complex root canals. Is that the feel you get?
That's definitely the impression the sources give.
Yeah.
What else falls under general care according to these documents?
Okay, what else?
Gum treatment or periodontics is also listed.
Right, gum health.
And the sources place a strong emphasis on this. They describe good gum health as being essential for a perfect smile.
Ah, linking it directly to aesthetics again.
Yep. They specify using latest gum treatments and providing personalized care in this area. So they see foundational gum health not just as medical necessity, but really integral to the look.
That makes sense. A beautiful smile needs healthy gums as its base. It's
Yeah.
logical. Anything else on the general list?
Yes, dental implants are another key offering.
Implants, okay.
Big.
Big topic.
Yeah. The sources describe these as being crafted from biocompatible titanium material.
Biocompatible titanium, that sounds suitably high-tech.
Mm-hmm. They're presented as a solution for the issues that come with missing teeth, function, aesthetics.
And the goal.
The goal is providing the same comfort as natural teeth. That phrase, biocompatible titanium, really implies a focus on materials designed to integrate well with the body.
Okay, so they cover the essential health and restoration aspects. Root canals, gums, implants, often working with this network. Now, let's move into the area many people are perhaps most curious about, especially considering dental services in a place like Antalya.
The cosmetic dentistry side.
Exactly. The sources provide quite a bit of detail here. Let's start with bonding and veneers. They seem pretty central to aesthetic transformations in the documents. How do the sources differentiate these?
Okay, yeah, the documents draw a pretty clear distinction. Bonding is described as using special composite fillings.
Composite fillings like you'd get for a cavity but used aesthetically.
Sort of, but the process sounds quite artistic. It says, these are shaped by a virtuoso to craft the smile.
A virtuoso. Okay, so direct sculpting.
Right. Porcelain veneers, on the other hand, are characterized as ultra-thin protective layers placed onto the teeth.
Layers, okay, not sculpted directly on.
No. These are prepared by an expert dentist
Yeah.
and then meticulously fabricated in a laboratory after they take detailed intraoral records.
Got it. So one is sculpting directly in the chair, the other is applying custom-made layers created in a lab.
That's a good summary of the distinction based on the material. Shows they offer different technical approaches depending on, the desired outcome and maybe the patient's existing tooth structure.
And do the sources mention what kind of results these treatments aim for? The final look?
Yes, both are explicitly stated as being used to achieve either a Hollywood smile or a natural smile.
Hollywood or natural, so catering to different tastes.
Exactly. That highlights their focus on varying aesthetic goals. The sources also note that no prep veneers are an option.
Ah, no prep. That's significant, isn't it?
It really is because it suggests they offer a less invasive version of veneers where little to no tooth enamel needs to be removed. That's a big plus for many patients.
Definitely a key detail for people concerned about altering their natural teeth. Okay, what about teeth whitening? That's often a popular first step into cosmetic work.
Right. The sources lay out two main options for whitening. There's home whitening,
They take home kits.
yeah, involving kits or pre-filled trays with whitening gel. This is presented as an affordable and convenient way to whiten teeth from home.
Okay, the DIY route.
And then there's Zoom whitening. This is specified as a professional treatment done at Dental Support Turkey.
Ah, so an in-office professional option too.
Exactly. Options for different budgets and preferences, it seems.
Do they name anyone associated with the professional whitening service? Any specific brands?
They do, actually. The sources specifically mention the collaboration with a Dr. Oakte for their professional whitening treatments.
Dr. Oakte.
And they also name specific top-rated products they use, like Enlighten and Zoom itself.
Mentioning the doctor and the specific product names like Zoom adds a level of detail, reinforces the professional aspect.
For sure.
Okay, Invisalign is another big one in the cosmetic space. Really changed the game for straightening teeth. What do the sources tell us about their Invisalign offering?
The documents describe Invisalign as using removable, clear orthodontic aligners. Pretty standard description.
Right.
They position it as an innovative and discreet way to straighten teeth, and they contrast it with traditional braces.
Makes sense. The usual selling points.
Yeah, key benefits highlighted are that the aligners are comfortable and, crucially, virtually invisible.
And is there anything about the team's specific expertise in Invisalign? Because it requires specific training.
Yes, and this is a really important point the sources make. They specifically state that they have a Diamond Elite provider dentist on the Dental Support Turkey team.
Diamond Elite, that's a high tier, isn't it?
It is. It indicates a high volume and level of experience with the Invisalign system. The sources say this ensures an exceptional experience.
So having that level of provider suggests significant expertise in-house specifically for Invisalign treatment. That's a notable detail.
Definitely notable for anyone considering clear aligners.
And it's not just teeth, is it? Looking through the sources, the scope seems to extend slightly beyond pure dentistry.
That's correct. The sources also list refreshing facial aesthetics among the services available.
Facial aesthetics, like Botox or fillers, the sources don't specify exactly.
They don't specify the exact procedures, just refreshing facial aesthetics, but similar to the root canal treatment.
Let me guess. Through the network.
You got it. This service is often mentioned as being provided at their contracted institutions.
Okay, so that network model extends to other related aesthetic procedures too. They act as a gateway.
Seems that way, yeah. Allows them to offer a broader package, potentially.
Now, one element that seems quite unique and is, well, prominently featured in these sources is something they call the hashtag DSTLook. Can you break down what the documents say about this? It has its own hashtag.
The hashtag DSTLook. Yes, that's definitely presented as a signature offering. The sources describe it as a signature treatment.
Okay.
And it's built upon a philosophy they call the power of three.
The power of three sounds catchy.
Doesn't it? The core belief articulated is that the perfect smile comes in threes.
Okay, I'm intrigued. What are the three components that make up this hashtag DST look according to the
The
sources?
sources explicitly list the three elements. Number one is align.
Align. Using Invisalign, presumably.
Exactly. This involves using Invisalign to straighten the teeth. They reiterate its benefits here.
Yeah.
Innovative, discreet, fits the patient's lifestyle.
Okay, step one, straighten. What's step two?
Step two is whiten.
Makes sense. Using the professional services.
Yes, this uses professional teeth whitening services.
Yeah.
And again, they mentioned Dr. Octay's collaboration and the use of those Enlighten and Zoom products within this step.
Right, tying it all together. So, align, whiten. What's the third part of the power of three?
The third part is shape.
Shape? How do they shape? With veneers.
Precisely. This component utilizes ultra-thin porcelain veneers.
Oh, okay. The same veneers mentioned earlier.
Yes, but the sources add specific details here. They state these veneers were developed by their smile design specialists and dental support Turkey's laboratory.
Oh, so implying it's their own specific type or design of ultra-thin veneer.
That's the suggestion. Emphasizing it's a proprietary or maybe customized approach, they highlight that this shape step focuses on minimal invasive treatments.
Minimal invasion, that's key again.
Yeah, to achieve a stunning transformation and amazing definition. There's also a small detail, perhaps significant, that these veneers are described as extra light for comfort.
Extra light. Interesting nuance. So the hashtag DST look is essentially their bundled premium smile makeover package,
That's what it looks like, yes.
combining straightening with Invisalign, professional whitening, and shaping with their specific ultra-thin veneers. It's presented as their formula for the ultimate aesthetic result.
Definitely feels like a key differentiator they want to highlight based on this material.
Yeah.
It positions them as having a specific branded approach to achieving a comprehensive aesthetic transformation, going beyond just, offering a menu of individual cosmetic services.
Yeah, it gives them a flagship product, so to speak.
Hmm.
Speaking of their approach, the sources touch on a few aspects of how they interact with patients and run their service. We've discussed the network model quite a bit.
Right, the contracted institutions.
But what else do the documents reveal about their operational philosophy or patient interaction?
Well, there's a clear emphasis stated on personalized care. The sources mention learning from every complex and unique case they handle.
Okay, learning as they go.
And they state this allows them to offer treatments intended to be life-changing for both your life and your smile.
Big claims. Suggests a focus on continuous improvement and tailoring treatments, maybe.
That's the implication.
Mm-hmm.
And that frequent mention of contracted institutions and experienced contracted doctors really seems to reinforce their operational model, doesn't it?
It does. It suggests that while dental support Turkey is the patient's main point of contact, maybe the planner,
The coordinator, yeah.
they utilize this network of affiliated specialists and facilities to deliver the full scope of services they list, especially for specialized areas like root canals, facial aesthetics, maybe even the lab work for those special veneers.
It's presented as a way to offer a wider range of expertise under one umbrella, essentially.
It sounds like a hub-and-spoke model, as interpreted from the sources.
That's a good way to put it.
There was a small detail in the sources, too, that touched on patient comfort or maybe anxiety.
Ah, yes, the availability of a nervous option or section on their website is mentioned.
Right.
It's subtle, but it's an important detail. It indicates they acknowledge patient anxiety related to dental procedures and, aim to address it.
Which seems particularly relevant if you're targeting dental tourists, right?
Yeah.
People traveling for treatment might have extra anxieties.
Absolutely. It suggests a patient-centric element to their approach.
Addressing potential anxieties is definitely key. What practical information do the sources provide? Like how someone would find out about costs or book or understand the terms of service?
Okay, practical stuff. The sources state that a price guide is available.
Good. Prices up front, hopefully.
And also details about premium packages, which likely bundle services, maybe like that hashtag DST look.
Probably.
And crucially, dental tourism is explicitly listed as an option.
Ah, so they confirm it.
Yeah. This ties together the location in Antalya, that world-famous place mentioned, with their service offering. Confirms they actively cater to international visitors seeking dental treatment.
Okay, so they're clearly marketing to a global audience. And how does one actually, get in touch or learn more about the business side of things? Contracts, policies.
Various contact methods are listed. WhatsApp, phone, and email. Standard ways.
Okay.
The sources also note the availability of standard corporate policies for review. Things like a privacy policy, distant sales contract, privacy agreement, and delivery and return conditions.
Wow, quite a list. Suggests a certain level of formality and transparency in their business operations, having those available.
It does imply a structured business setup.
Good to know those resources are available, and for potential patients wanting to see examples of their work, especially the cosmetic stuff.
A smile gallery is also mentioned as a resource.
Makes sense. Before and afters are huge in this field.
Definitely. For cosmetic procedures, seeing those results is often a vital part of the decision-making process. Pictures tell the story.
Absolutely. Finally, the sources give us a little glimpse into some of the people involved. Who is specifically highlighted in the materials? Any names mentioned?
Yes, 2 individuals are named in the materials provided. First, there's Dr. Serhat Hakim.
Dr. Hakim. What do we know about him from the sources?
His background is actually quite detailed, graduating from Akdeniz University in 2021.
Okay, relatively recent graduate then.
2021, and having 4 years of experience listed as a general dentist. But his listed expertise is particularly relevant to what we've discussed.
Oh, yeah. Like what?
It lists DSTLook originator, oral diagnosis and consultation, smile makeover.
Ah, the originator of the hashtag DSTLook. Okay, that connects.
Exactly. The sources also include professional memberships, like the Turkish Dental Association, and certifications from various congresses.
So active professionally.
Seems so. And what's interesting is they even include his personal interests. Basketball, chess, and piano.
Huh. Adds personal touch. The creative force behind the signature look with diverse interests. Okay, and the other individual mentioned?
The other name is Dr. Oktay.
Dr. Oktay. Ah, he was mentioned with the whitening, right?
Correct. He's mentioned specifically in the context of his collaboration with Dental Support Turkey for their professional whitening services, highlighting his work with products like Enlighten and Zoom.
Okay, so we see the lead-originating dentist for the signature look and a key collaborator for the whitening component.
That's what the sources provide, yes.
So, based solely on this collection of sources you've provided, a pretty comprehensive picture emerges, doesn't it?
I think so.
Dental Support Turkey in Antalya positions itself as a provider offering a broad spectrum of dental services, everything from essential general care,
Often through that network model.
right through the network,
Right.
all the way to advanced cosmetic transformations, including their own signature thing, the hashtag DSTLook.
And they seem to operate, at least in part, using this network of experienced professionals and specialized institutions to deliver that wide range of services.
And clearly targeting a dental tourism audience, with detailed information and contact points available.
Yeah, if we connect this to the bigger picture, the way the sources combine descriptions of foundational general dentistry, the gum health, the root canals, with a really strong emphasis on detailed cosmetic options and a branded signature treatment like the hashtag DSTLook. It suggests a business model aimed squarely at providing a complete smile solution,
A total package deal.
potentially appealing very strongly to those seeking significant aesthetic changes, or maybe combining necessary health treatments with a cosmetic makeover. Especially, like you said, within that context of dental tourism, where efficiency and getting a wide range of services in one place are often sought after.
Exactly. We've sifted through the material and, based only on what was provided, gotten a solid understanding of how Dental Support Turkey is presenting itself.
Right. Which leaves us with a final thought for you, the listener, to kind of carry forward.
Okay.
Considering the detailed range of services described here, encompassing everything from fundamental gum health and root canals,
Yeah.
potentially via partners, through a full menu of aesthetic treatments like veneers and whitening, right up to their unique, bundled hashtag DST look,
Yeah.
and all framed within that concept of lifetime dentistry. How does this blend of health-focused care and high-end aesthetic transformation, as presented in these sources, maybe redefine your own perception of what going to the dentist could potentially involve?
Interesting question.
Okay.
Moving beyond just fillings and checkups to something much more comprehensive, covering health, function, and high-level aesthetics, potentially all coordinated through one place.
Exactly. Something to consider as you process this deep dive.